Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in Parkitect. We're taking a look at the campaign, and in the last couple of episodes we did Highway Hijinks and then we did Honey Hills in the last episode, which means we now have a choice of these two. So I think what we will do is we will go for this one here that looks like a farm with all these beautiful fields. This one is Orchard Acres. Two separate plots of farmland are yours to build a rustic amusement park on. Maybe old Bill, who owns the centre farm, can be convinced to sell his land eventually? Which means you've basically got two plots of land that you both have to treat both as independent theme parks, because the people can't access the second theme park from the first one, so they're kind of trapped in each side. So you've got to be careful about how you distribute your resources until you get to the point where you're far enough in the scenario and old Bill will sell you the centre section, and then you've got to think about how to link the two sections together to make it one big park. So keep all of those things in mind when you start the scenario. This one I found to be one of the more difficult ones because you're constantly thinking about what's going on here and there, and I didn't particularly plan well how I would link the two when I got the centre section, so found this one a little bit more difficult, but I did manage to get the gold medal in the end, so I'm very pleased with myself. So for the scenario you need a happiness rating of at least 70%, sell at least 600 park tickets, sell at least 1,200 park tickets. I think it's getting the 600 is what gets old Bill to sell you this centre piece of the farm. Your optionals are to have no loan debts, have a price satisfaction rating of at least 70%. Note, not happiness rating, a price satisfaction rating of 70%, and complete all of that by the end of year 3, which is actually quite a difficult one to get that all to work together. So let me give you a tour of the theme park that I ended up building, and you'll see from mine as we go through that centre section where you get to access old Bill's farm isn't particularly used a lot on mine, because by the time you get access to it, it's kind of a little bit weird. But you'll see what I mean when you start building it for yourself. So if can I zoom out far enough for you to see the whole thing? I'm not sure that I can actually. Right, that's as far out as I can zoom in. So here is one of the first sections you get. So you see the edge here of the go-kart track. This is where the line is for old Bill's farm initially, along here where these trees are, and up here. That's where you get the dividing line initially. So you get this park here, this strip of land. And then this is old Bill's section here, which has got all this beautiful orchard acre thing in. And then along here again is the second dividing line for your second piece of park is here, you see, up the side. And as you can see, this park is being treated as a park. And by the time I got access to old Bill's land in the centre, I ended up not connecting it across to join the two parks, so we're still treating the two as independent separate ones. So you can see this one's not quite so fancy as the other one. So let's take a bit of a closer look at what we've got, shall we? Let's zoom in. So for this section, which is the not as nice section, the guests come in off the main road here and enter through here. Right inside you've got your traditional carousel and your big wheel. And I've got this giant beautiful go-kart track, because this is kind of one of my big set pieces to get lots of people in, to make the money and to keep the guests happy. You need something big and interesting to keep people happy. So on this side we've got this go-kart track. Coasters are usually really good for that sort of thing, but here you can see I've got a big go-kart track instead. And then just past the go-karts, as you can see here, we've got our toilet block here. Very simple, basic, rustic wooden walls and a flat roof. And I've used a few sort of country themed things as decoration, so we kind of staying with that farm feel, keep things rustic, keep them barn like, keep them farm like. So I've put in a well as a little bit of decoration and a little banner, which is sort of a medieval style jousting banner, I think. And then we've got little things like cartwheels and hay bales and things around as a little bit of decoration. As you can see, I've not done that much for the go-kart track. I've just put in a few bushes and a few trees, and I was lucky enough to meet all the requirements before I had the time and the money to prettify anymore. So lots of simple green foliage around, little bushes, little trees, big blobby trees, just enough to keep things happy. And don't forget to put in a few benches and things just to keep people happy. Sorry guys, it's raining, I know, can't do much about that. And as you can see, I haven't even covered the track, so I was really lucky with this one that we managed to get it in quite quick. And here, in an old barn type structure, I've added the shops. And if you take a look further across, this is the old farmhouse building. So kind of gone with that theme design. I was thinking of using this for something, but I never ended up getting to do that. So let's zoom a little bit closer into this barn, and then let me drop. As you can see, I've extended it over here for the staff. Let's drop the scenery so that you can see what's inside. So we've got a staff room here and our goods delivery, and we've got an umbrella shop, hot dogs, candy, candy, and balloons, and hot drinks. So as you can see, there's a little bit to be desired from the selection, but we've not done too bad. So we've got drinks, we've got candy, we've got balloons, we've got hot dogs. So it's enough to keep them happy. It would have been nice to have a bigger selection of shops, but I say we haven't got that. And because there's a little bit of seating inside, that can keep the people happy, you see. They can hide from the rain inside there. And the staff then don't have to go too far, because the staff room's over here. Oh, top scan. Look at that, upside down, and they're so happy. Look at the lighting package on that. That's really nice, actually. They seem to be loving it. They're a little bit crazy. But it's a high thrill ride, so it keeps people happy. And it looks much plainer, doesn't it, when the lighting goes off. So the rain was quite nice, and that you could see the lighting package on that. And then it's a really long, thin strip of land, so we just keep going up. We've got another bit of theming here. This is what would have been an old paddock. I was hoping to use that again as an enclosure for a ride, but I never needed to do that. So you can see where I got the idea of using the bales as a bit of theming. Over this side we've got our wipeout. Again, people quite like the thrilly rides. Twister. So we've got quite a selection of nice flat rides to keep people filtering further and further in. Added a few archery targets and things, anything that's kind of farmyardy, yoldy worldy. Another toilet block, and then right at the end I've used one of the pre-built models here. It's a car ride, and it's a pre-built. And if you take a look at this, someone has done the most fantastic job with making this look phenomenal. Look at that. Because the land's not completely flat, I have ended up with a few tunnels, but I thought that just actually added to the build itself, and so I didn't bother adjusting it. I could have gone around trying to flip it. It does look a little bit different there. Anyway, car ride called State. So if you want to look in the pre-built designs for this one, it's car ride State. As you can see, I should have actually dropped it down here, look, because that looks really odd, doesn't it? Can I drop that just a little bit right where the entrance is now? Which way should we be going to? There we go. That just looks a little bit better there, like that, doesn't it? Can I drop? If I drop another one, can I? Yes. Now we can get them to actually have access to be able to get inside. But that's great. But I really like this design. Whoever built this one, congratulations. Look at this, using the little flowers and things around the tops here, and using the bushes and things on the roof. Really cool. I like it. So I really like that. So this beautiful ride to keep everybody happy. Look. And that is this side of the build. So let's zoom out and show you again. So we've got the car ride, toilets, a couple of flats, another flat, food court, great big signature ride with the go-kart track, and then another couple of flat rides. So we've got the simple mild rides here and a mild ride right at the back, and we've got medium thrill rides here, we've got a high intensity ride here, and we've got the signature thing here. So I'd recommend that you have a mix of rides in both sides so that keeps the guests happy. So we've got calm rides, we've got the signature ride here. It could be a coaster or something like this go-kart track for your signature ride. Make sure you've got shops and toilets, some at thrilling, some at medium to high thrill, and then I've got another big signature calm ride next to another toilet block. And then we've got Old Bill's Farm in the centre, which you could build into. I have seen some people using this sort of area here as like a car ride and building their own kind of car ride around it, so that you're using part of the... Was it Geekism that did that, or was it Silverette that they did that? I'm not 100% sure. One or maybe both of them did something similar to that. But I say I didn't actually include it at all. So my guests literally can't walk from one side to the other. But I was just contemplating how to link the two when I got access and happily finished the scenario. So I'm really happy about that. And again, it does look fairly plain. We've got another one of these farmhouses here, big barns here. Couldn't quite incorporate it completely, so I've actually extended onto it for shops over here, look, and I've got another big signature ride at the back that again is a pre-built. So let's give you a quick tour of that from the front here. So here's where they come in. We've got this big water tower, great piece of structure for them to be taking a look at. And I've used these half log benches as well to stick with the theme. So first thing you come into is a toilet block. As you can see, it's the same sort of design as we had in the other one. We've got the helter skelter, so we've got that nice simple ride as we come in, like we had the carousel in the other one. And then we've got a thrilling ride here, an orbiter. So you've got the high intensity thrill ride here. And any chance you could go so that I can show it to people, or these guys look like they're stuck. Oh, it's broken. Oh no! Where's my engineer? Oh, here he comes. Look, here he comes. There he is. Joan Torres. Can you get it fixed for us? Yeah, here we go. Alright, so they're off they come. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't intend for you to get stuck. Right, so let's keep following the path up. I've got another intense ride here. The Topple Tower. Oh, look, they're all stopping just as we get to them. So the Topple Tower, so that's two high intensity rides and a simple ride here. And then we've got a little kiddie coaster, a mini loop state. Again, that's the pre-built one. Just pop that in for the kids. So that's either your kids coaster or your maybe a family coaster. It might be a little bit for just little kids. I think that's more a family style coaster. As you can see, it's not as popular because it's not a high intensity ride. It really is for children or small families rather than for the adults. There's the big farm building that we haven't used. Look, we've got this nice little feature in the centre here, look, for the decoration. I kind of like that. I think it's quite cute. I'm just using all the like jousting tournament things. Let me spin around so you can see the targets better. And the gun, look, the cannon. And that's back to where we started. There's the kiddie coaster, the family coaster. Let's keep following further up the road. Here we have our shopping area. So if we hide the scenery so you can see, again, we've got the same shops. We've got the hot drinks, hot dogs, candy, balloons and umbrellas. And we've got our staff room hidden here. And then this is the receiving depot. So this is the receiving depot for both of your parks, hence why that's that big building there, look. So this big barn area is where your real receivings for both are, so I've extended it out to make sure we can fit in a staff room, and the shopping mall in front just here. And as I say, again, we're using all this wooden structure, so it's all nice and simple. Don't make it anything complicated, and keep following the path up. And we've got a jumper here. Oh look, we can watch that go now. Look, jumper, medium intensity. Not really a super thrilling ride, a medium one. So we've got a couple of thrill rides, a simple calmish ride, a kiddies coaster, so that's another calmish ride. And then here we have a wild mouse. As you can see, really normal sort of layout for a wild mouse. Lots of tight turns to get you thrown around, ups and downs. Quite simple. Pre-built, I think, again. I think most of the things in this one are pre-built. Manic minecart, yeah, there you go. I'd say that's a semi-thrilling one, not super thrilling, so we've got a couple of semi-thrills here. And then we had a little bit of a lake area on this piece of the property, so I've used it to add a few swan boats. Looks like they've got a bit of congestion up here, they're all stuck. And then I've used this as kind of a centre feature, and we've taken the path around all the sides here. So at this side here we've got the toilets. You can see the wild mouse on this corner over here. We've got the swan boats right in the middle. And then off to the side here we've got our thrill ride, our signature ride here. It's a coaster. Again, I think it's a pre-built from inside the Thunder Roll state. So if you want to build this one, let's give it a quick follow around. It's quite a thrilling little coaster and it doesn't take up too much space. Let's watch that go around. Here we go. Whee! Oh no, I lost it. Lost the follow, don't know why. Oh, I moved the cursor, didn't I? Sorry! So if you want to do the follows, don't move your cursor, it'll take you off the follow. So those loops are quite nice actually. It's quite an intricate little coaster for the time. I really need to practice more on building coasters because I've not really done it before. So that's that. Nice. So this is our signature ride for our park over here. And then we've got one of these boat rides. Oh look, I should have removed some of these fences as well, which I didn't. That big fencing for the pen originally, I didn't remove that. Should have thought about that before. Again, this is a pre-built, the Crazy Lazy Forest, and again I just thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I didn't think I could build anything anywhere near as good myself, especially in the compact space and layout that you've actually got on there. It's really cool. And that is the park that I built in order to take care of this particular scenario. So I hope that gives you some ideas for your own playthrough of the campaign, and I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99 in a very wet and rainy park, goodbye and happy gaming!